but it then changed it how it is now.
I mean, if we don't change, if it's not about changing the way youth clubs run, right? That's it. No, really that. But during the day, if it's not about spending money, people want to come here and use that. I'll give you an example. At the moment, we've got a group called MAC UK who are based in this area. They're going to be here for 3 years, and they want to pay to be here. Now, it seems to me that money will come into pay to add to the pot for, so you could have a Bruce Grove, I don't know, fund or whatever that would support that. There's another group that we're talking to at the moment, I've been talking to, called LIFT. Has anybody heard of LIFT? The London International Festival Theatre. They want to be based in this area for 6 years and run festivals from here, run training. It would be another thing where they could bring funding in to be part of this centre and actually do training here, run festivals here, those kind of things. That's what would happen. So the money would come in rather than spending it on or spreading it across. We would bring more funding in. The other thing is downstairs, you've got a cafe area, haven't you? You've got a kitchen. Wouldn't it be lovely if there were some little chairs and tables, and when you come and sit and have cups of coffee, maybe, I know there are other workers like who work with families, who work with young people, who work at the tuition centre, who would easily come in there, buy coffee and do that. We could train people to set up that so that people sell the teas and coffees and enter that kind of fund. You've also got the gardens. You can sell vegetables. There's lots of ways in which that... I know, but we could just build it.
Alright, guys.
What you said makes sense, I understand that.
Renee, let Gabe speak because
So, you, like, as Michael said, this is a family. And as this is a family, we all have homes. But this is like our second home. You know what I mean? This is like our second home. They've helped us through a lot. You know, everything's just going fine. Why do you want to shut this down?
Why do
you want to cut this?
We have to make savings somewhere, but I think from what Kevin's been saying and what we've been saying, we want to try and find, we want to make a way of keeping it.
Consider the library, you can get everything online now. Yeah, Kevin, you said something about these other groups that want to come here and use this space. So I understand what you're saying in terms of consumerism and all that. But is it going to be a thing where they're interacting for the benefit of us? Or is it going to be
I wasn't talking about Barclays Bank or some other people. MAC UK work with young people 16 to 25 and 14 to 25. They work specifically with young people who have mental health problems, who are on the edge of family problems and those kind of things. And their funding is not come from the council. They've got 3 years worth of funding from the big lottery. And it's worth for them £500,000–600,000 a year. Now I think Bruce Grove costs around £100,000 a year to run and start, stuff like that. You can easily see that part of that money being there, and they would be compatible. If you know, do you know what I mean? They would be similar to what we're doing. I'm not suggesting that you bring in the LIFT, the Festival Theatre. They want to work with 16 to 25-year-olds specifically to develop theatre festival skills and those kind of things. So I mean, it links with all the media stuff that's gone on with that. So I think that would fit. It's not about bringing in McDonald's. Although if you want a franchise downstairs,
what I think you're not talking about is I'm not trying to shut it down, but maybe they put the wrong idea of what you want to do here. But you lot say you're keeping what it is now, but the hours that there's nothing going on, we're trying to make it more beneficial to other people. Because in a way, we understand that you don't want to cut us off, but you're trying to say you don't want it to be only a certain group of people that come here. Just like how these people made family, why not give other people a chance to also make a family while you're not here? I'm in college, so why not someone come here and make a family too? Because it's a building, it's just a space. Even though it means it has different members to everyone. I've got my own members that I made here, everyone's got their own members that made here. So what they're trying to say is that when you're in college, doing your work, doing your other stuff, they're also trying to bring people like MAC UK, whatever, to also cause the mental people, whatever, to also do something. if you don't want them to cut it down, they need to bring MyQK, who's going to pay them for the temporary 3 years or 6 years they're going to be here, which is going to reduce the chance of you lot getting kicked out. So if you've not allowed them to bring the MyQK lift or whatever, they're going to have to kick you out. So the reason what they're trying to say is they don't want to kick you out because they know you lot got pictures as Michael said, here's the family. I've not been here too long, I've been here for a couple months, but the months I've been here, I've been able to use this time to do a lot of things, improving my DJ skills, whatever I do here. So I understand all of that, but if I think it's fine, but as long as they don't change the premise, you know, when people come in that say not going to try break some part down, build something here, as long as it's still the same thing and all stuff are kept for the 4 to 8 time, whatever, that is fine. If the 4 to 8 stuff are not changed or 4 to 9 stuff are not changed, that is fine. But if you're trying to change it 4 to 8 stuff, that's when it brings a problem to the people here, because they're not used to the MyQK. MyQK might have a name, but just a name. So obviously they're not used to MyQK. I'm not used to MyQK. I don't know who MyQK is, I don't know who Lift is. But I know who he is, I know who she is, I know who. So
it's like
that's
having the
them.
parents, the aunties, the uncles, and then you've got all the kids. Like, you would change the whole dynamics of the place. If any of those key members of the family was to go, I think that would change it, and you would lose the people that you have, and then you would open yourselves up to all the other problems, like one of our young people was just saying. Do you get what I mean?
Completely. Yeah, and we don't have the detail around staff at all, but we hear exactly what you're saying, and it just goes back to the point I made about flexible workforce to make sure that we do have the right staff at the right time. It's not about a 9 till 5, and it wouldn't also be about any agency or any voluntary organisation coming in to say, oh well, because you're here during the day, that you would then, you know, operate in the evening. That's not it at all. Another point quite made.
I understand you don't want to use this time in the daytime, innit, yeah? But like I've been coming here for about 5, 6, 7 years now, and I've seen funding go up and down, innit, yeah? So like, if you're gonna bring people in the daytime, yeah, that money that they're gonna pay you to come here, are you really gonna put that back into the youth club? Because when I was coming here about like 06, 07, we had funding to go on holidays, etc. I don't think none of these have got that, innit? And what they've got now is still good enough, innit? So if you're gonna take that away from them, like, they don't have nothing, innit? So I'm saying, that time that the money that you're gonna spend, that you're gonna spend, that they're going to spend on you, are you going to put that back into the youth club?
Yes, and I think so in terms of the delivery and the option, and I think Kevin said it's about £100,000 to run this place. You know, what that, say you did have someone coming in during the day who were, you know, providing, and they'll be complementing to the rent, the overheads, the heating, the lighting. It's that sort of thing that enables the sustainability of this building, so they'd be contributing to the ongoing running of this.
So, you know, like for summer holidays, you've not got to go on trips or like.
Yeah, and I don't think, you know, back in 2006, you know, there was far more money in the system.
Yeah, yeah, but you're still saying that they're making 600,000 a year or something. So I'm not sure if that is going to come into the youth club.
Sorry, they get 500, 600 a year to come in, so that means they've got to run all their staff on it. It's all their contribution. They wouldn't be able to fund the holidays. But there are other ways as well. There are other monies out there, like the big lottery. There are other things. There could be a group of people here that could say, right, we're going to apply for certain funds and put them out.
That's not really up for these job, is for you lot job,
well, it could be shared. It could be shared. Everybody can develop their skills. We're doing that with Unity, sorry.
Michael. I need to say something here because I've been, I came to meet 2000, so you know how old I am. The young people in 2004 were doing exactly what you said. The service was closed down. They formed themselves into social enterprises and they applied for funding for equipment and all sorts of things here. What happened to that? What happened to that? So don't ask them to raise their own money to run their own thing, because it's gone now. And the whole, I met with you last year about the youth offer. Yeah. That's gone out the window. What happened to that?
There were
so
changes
we have
to
these conversations, but
it's
please
constantly
don't try and fool them into thinking we can raise money to
sorry, I wasn't trying to fool. I was more saying there is other options out. I'm guaranteeing.
If and when you close it down, are you giving that money back to the young people if they raise the money for it. You see where I'm coming from?
No, I do, but if it became a unit which was based around Bruce Grove,
yeah,
then actually that group could be managing that money for themselves.
Well, hopefully, yeah.
It happens in lots of places. Sorry.
Please ask you, what's your name and also John?
John Adler.
I'm sorry for the personal question. Yeah. Do you have a child?
2.
You have 2 children? Where's the girls?
1 boy, 1 girl.
1 boy, I see girl. 1 boy, 1 girl.
18-year-old and 15-year-old. Right in this space.
Perfect ages. You put it like this. Do you want the best for your children?
Always, yeah.
Always, okay. Would you wish good for other children? Other, your friends' children?
Yeah. I'll give you a little bit, yeah, go on.
If one of your friends' child came into your house one day and said they were locked out by a police sleep tonight, with no home to go, would you accept them?
Yeah.
Would you argue?
Would I argue that my friend's child would be locked out?
To say that he can't stay there?
No.
Would you say that he needs to go somewhere else?
I think if you know, behave as a responsible adult and try and check out exactly what happened to their mum, dad, or you know, so I knew them. Ask a few questions first.
Did you touch them in any way?
What?
I mean, like harm them. That's exactly what is happening to us, because we are those people. You are yourselves, and you're basically going to harm us if you try to change something.
And that's not what we want.
That's basically.
But that's how we feel.
Okay, and that's why I think we're here to make sure we hear how you feel.
Making changes. Do you care if you cared about how we feel, you wouldn't be making changes like that?
We have hard decisions to make, and the position we're in the council, and the position I have is, you know, I've been charged with the responsibility of, do you know which ways we might be able to save money across the council? It's not comfortable whatsoever. It's not comfortable for anyone.